Hi, I'm Alex Pault, and I'm here at Public Tech Connect with Grover Brower. He is a general manager from Cinch, and, well, we're talking about connectivity, aren't we?
We certainly are, Alex. Pleased to meet you. Happy to be here.
Well, Grover, connectivity is critical. I mean, you can have magic in one box and more magic in another box, but if they can't connect, you don't have anything.
That's absolutely right. And our effort in making that happen, that magic happen, is in the fiber-optic world. So we do fiber-optic transceivers and cabling solutions.
You do a whole lot of other stuff too, but we're going to talk about, I guess, the fiber optic.
Yes, within Cinch Connectivity Solutions, they have RF connectors and copper circular connectors. But our group in Melbourne, Florida, we focus on the active transceiver and in FiberFlex technology.
I must admit, I was half wondering if it was Melbourne, Australia, when I saw it on the.
No, we're just part of the Florida group. So, but yeah, happy to be here in Munich and showing off some of our technology. One of the things that we are talking about today is offering solutions in the rugged military, defense, outdoor environment space that goes anywhere from 10 megabit all the way up to 28 gigabit solutions that we offer now. One of the products that we have, Alex, is an expanded beam media converter, as well as expanded beam connector technology, where it's a very robust type of a technology for an outdoor environment.
Well, it's interesting, expanded beam. So what are you, like lenses or something like that, or waveguides, or?
No, exactly right. It's a lens that will expand the beam of light into a thicker, wider beam to go through and burn through any detriment to the lens with dirt or dust particles. And it's able to go through a wide amount of problems with that connector. So you're outside, you drop the connector in the mud puddle before you were able to connect it up. So how do we clean it off? How do we make it work for our system?
So then, there's a whole bunch of, everything from military to forestry to industrial to, there are a lot of people that get their connectors dirty.
There are a lot of people that get their connectors dirty. That's an understatement. So yeah, we see applications in the broadcast video as well as oil and gas exploration. Of course, defense is a huge market for that as well. We're going to be demonstrating expanded beam connector technology. And an expanded beam is a technology that helps in rugged outdoor environments where you're mating and demating in a sandstorm or you're dropping the connector in the mud puddle. What we have here is a Ethernet connection. We're pinging a website so you can see that the connection is up and running. The connection is running through these fiber optic expanded beam connectors. If I break the connector apart, you can see the lenses. This is where the beam of light is expanded. And in a normal fiber, and we've lost the link, we're starting to time out. But in a normal fiber optic connection, it's a physical joint, and the core of the fiber is 50 micron in a multi-mode typically. And a grain of sand or dirt the size of a grain of salt, 50 micron, would be a total blockage. So 50 micron is very small. The expanded beam technology breaks that apart, puts a lens in front of each of them, and expands that beam of light so that the 50 micron particle is now just a minor setback in the link performance. So we're going to take the in face and we're going to put it in the mud puddle. We've got a fairly dirty, ugly looking outdoor connector here. So I've got a little piece of water here, a stream or a pond. I'm getting all of that, the majority of that mud off. I won't be able to see, but there could be some small particulate dirt, grime, things of that nature. So I'm going to take a napkin, just give it a little wipe it clean off. I don't have a cleaning kit. I'm not in a sanitized fiber mating situation. I'm out in the field. There's still some crud around the threads. I think that's okay. We're going to mate the product back together. And if I got all the water out, I did. We're back up and running.
That was quite interesting.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it is a very interesting technology. That's always interesting to watch a connector become extremely dirty and then bring the link back up to once you've cleaned it off with very simple techniques.
Well, and that's the thing is that it's not like it's not sterile or anything. You just wiped it off a little bit and everything worked.
That's exactly right. That's the power of that type of technology. What's interesting is the technology's been around for around 40 years, and Stratos Cinch Connectivity is just one of the many companies that offer that technology. But we are the ones that have been there kind of the longest. The very early innovators of expanded beam technology was the Stratos group out of England.
Very interesting. Now, when it comes to that whole aspect of resilience of connectivity, even in dirty situations, would that also apply, for example, obviously, I guess it would if you're in an industrial situation and there's a corrosive chemical, or as long as it doesn't damage the lens or damage the connector?
Certainly, yes. That's exactly what that technology is for. Anytime you're going to be mating and demating in an outdoor or a dirty environment, that's where this technology really shines.
Now, and you were saying, what's the bandwidth on the speed from that connector opportunity?
So yeah, expanded beam can be multi-mode or single mode, and so with the multi-mode, your data rates can be, maybe up to about 28 gigabit. You get link distances that are limited at that 28 gig, but most of our applications that we see in expanded beam are down at 10 meg and 100 meg, where people are trying to convert their old legacy copper network into a fiber network, and they need it to be rugged in an outdoor environment. And that's where we see an awful lot of the expanded beam applications.
And it's so interesting to see how fiber optics have expanded and then contracted a little bit, and they're expanding. So you see fiber optic expanding again in the marketplace as a viable connectivity solution.
Oh, absolutely. As data rates continue to grow, fiber becomes a much better solution. And fiber's been around and well known and very reliable now for these rugged applications. So when we take an application that our customer is looking at, what's usually a defense customer, he needs something miniature and rugged, and usually higher data rates. So that's where we create custom designs for that market.
Very cool. Now, when you think about it, I noticed that the demo involved cable-to-cable connectors. What about at the device side? Is there also that same type of connecting capability available?
Yeah, usually in the device, it might be hidden inside the box. So when you get to the edge of the box is where you start to penetrate into the outside environment. And we do make media converters that have an expanded beam interface. And we also make media converters that are a normal physical joint interface. Depends on what the customer is looking for.
Maybe the box is inside a room and then the cables go out a window.
That's exactly right. Or the box is inside a tent or a comms vehicle, and it's protected from the outdoor environment.
I've been in some comms vehicles in my day. I don't know about that, but
not so clean after all. Okay.
Well, it also depends on where you take the comm vehicle. This is me in the '80s on the East-West German border. I think the vehicles are also a little tighter in integrity in today's.
Right. Yeah. If you go look inside a comms vehicle or in a tracked vehicle of any kind, it almost looks like a jet aircraft cockpit anymore with all the instrumentation. So they also have a space problem. They're trying to get everything compressed into a very small space. So in those applications, some of our miniature transceivers are a good solution to help them do that.
Very cool. Now, was there anything else about the solution that we hadn't covered that you'd like to bring up for the audience?
So one of our newest technologies that we announced as a new product just a couple months ago is our H28, which is a 28 gig hybrid transceiver. Hybrid transceiver is 4 ports transmit, 4 ports receive, 1 square inch, and about 0.2 inches in height. So, and again, rugged for vibration, shock, temperature. We see a lot of applications for aircraft and shipboard, but also space applications for that type of a device.
Well, there's not a lot of dirt in space. I mean,
a lot of dirt in space, so they don't have the expanded beam technology for a need for that, but you do need a miniature and rugged, and that's what that solution is.
Well, that's a very, very good point. I guess you don't have to worry about soft error with fiber optics either, so it's a relatively rugged solution there.
Yes, it is indeed.
So, before I let you go, Grover, is there anything else you wanted to leave with our audience?
No, I think we covered the breadth of our product line, anywhere from a 10 megabit all the way up to 28 gig. We have rugged solutions that for outdoor, we have rugged solutions for inside the box. So we got it covered.
Very cool. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us here.
Thank you, Alex.